are listening to the Live and Level Gamers podcast in association with Full Effect Gaming. See, we don't play those games. We just play those games. Level Head Gamer. JonTron. The K-Bomb 20. D2K. The Live and Level Gamers podcast, where gamers come to talk.
What's up, people? It's your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast. This is episode 92. I have K-Bomb in the building. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin', baby?
Hopefully Keith and D2K jump in here a little bit later. But yeah, drop the beat like that. But anyway, we got a few things we want to talk about this evening tonight. It's around 8:50 on the Dizot Central Time, so that's 9:50 if you in Eastern. I don't know what it is in Cali and out west. What would that be? I don't know.
Like 10:50.
Yeah, when they earlier than that, so
6:50.
they'd be like, they'd be like 6 or 5, something like that. But anyway, we're here to talk gaming, and you know, sometimes we veer off into other things outside of gaming because we like to think that we have broader minds than just talking gaming. But anyway, we're about to get it in, folks. I'm trying to draw a little bit more time up for Keith and Norris and D2K can get here. But if not, it's just gonna be me and my boy K-Bomb 20. Anyway,
for sure.
Yeah. Well, let's go. So let's do this. So, you know how we start off. What you been gaming on, bro?
What I've been gaming on. So
and save Mass Effect, for the detailed part.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I can do that.
Okay.
What I've been gaming on. So your boy, I popped in I'm going to get the details later, but I popped in my Xbox. My Xbox has actually been sitting collecting dust for a while, not even plugged up. So I went and got that. I got that EA Access piece. You pay like $20 for the whole year, and you can play a bunch of EA games. So that's what I did. And actually, what they allow you to do is with the EA Access, you can actually play games for a time trial before the game releases. And so that's why I was able to play Mass Effect early. Starting on last Thursday, I was able to play Mass Effect on my Xbox. And like I said, we're going to save the detail for a little bit later. But yeah, I popped out the Xbox to do that. I still think it's a pretty good deal. Just talking about the EA Access. The fact that you can, pay $20, and even after a certain amount of time, any of those newer games actually go back into the vault, and you can actually play them for free. So like Madden right now, you can actually play Madden for free right now because it went to the vault sometime in February. So the new version of Madden you can play for free. So that's legit. So I play that. I'm gonna leave comments for later. You're gonna find out how much I either enjoyed or did not like Mass Effect. So we'll talk about that. Definitely points that's good. Definitely points that's bad. But we'll see. The new season of Overwatch started up about a month ago, and I've been playing that. They just released a new patch this week that boosts a bunch of the players, made some stronger, made some weaker. And so it's like a whole different game playing Overwatch now since they have the patch. And one thing I wanted to say to you, Level, was that Overwatch does it right when it comes to video games.
And wait, explain. I need you.
Details,
I was brother. Details, brother.
So, Overwatch, is a shooter, but it's a character shooter. So you have so many characters. All right. So it's like how Street Fighter or Tekken, you have all these characters to choose from and all have different abilities, right? So instead of charging you for new maps, instead of charging you for new characters, they release all of them for free.
Okay, that's what's
you get new game modes.
Whatever you just did, you need to do that again because you came in real good at that point. I don't know what you're doing, but you pretty loud, but you come in real clear. I don't know what you did, but go ahead. I don't want to break you.
I know it's cool. I try to do a better, come in clear. So what they do is they give you more characters, they give you more maps, they give you more play types, all for free. They don't charge you a single cent for DLC. So once you pay your $59, or if you got it on sale like me, whatever you pay your money for, that's it. And you're still going to get all the DLC, all the characters, all the maps, and everything. So they do it right. They don't nickel and dime you. They give you your money's worth for a game, especially an online shooter.
So they basically reward you or appreciate you for purchasing the game by giving you the content that was made for the game.
Basically. That's a funny way to say it, but yeah, they give you the content that was made for the game.
Right. They ain't making you pay for stuff that that you already paid. You bought the game, so why am I paying for stuff that's a part of this game when I already bought the game? But I understand. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll give kudos to them because they're doing a lot of things right. And what they also do right is making sure that they keep the game balanced. As new characters come in, it upsets the balance of the game. And so they do an excellent job of trying to rebalance the game so that it's fun and not that anything feels overpowered, and try to give everyone a space where they can actually be played. So kudos to them. So I've been playing that, and then 2K. I don't think I've popped in For Honor in 2 weeks. I played about 2 weeks ago. I haven't played that.
What about Horizon?
It is sitting upstairs still.
Man, you still haven't broke the seal on that yet, man.
Man, I wanted to play Mass Effect first. I wanted to try Mass Effect to see if I was going to get it, and we'll see if I do or not. Like I said, I'll say those comments for later. But yeah, that's what I did.
All right.
That's what I'm playing on.
Well, we got Mr. Norris in the building.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
So, perfect timing, bro. You know what we doing? We doing that. What you been gaming on? So, what you gaming on, bro?
All right. I finally put Zelda down for like an hour. So I've been gaming on Zelda.
Wait a minute.
No, what I'm saying is I'm not done with it. And then I finally downloaded Mass Effect. When it come out? Tuesday?
Oh, you got Mass Effect too?
Yeah.
You got the Andromeda.
I got it on my PC. I only played about an hour of it so far. It's kind of different from the old Mass Effects if you're familiar with them. They give you this new jump button. Then you got a dodge, kind of like a Metroid, how she dodged to the side or whatever.
Okay. Well, we're gonna talk about it in detail here in a second. So you can either talk a little bit about it now, or you can wait to then, because that'll probably be what we lead out with.
All right, I'll just wait to the end then. And then I haven't played these games, but I did buy 2 games on the Switch. I bought Blaster Master, and then I bought The Binding of Isaac, which is a weird game. I hadn't played it yet. My schedule at work changed, so I'm gonna get a lot of gaming in tomorrow. So
yeah, that game is weird looking, man. I saw somebody playing it, and I don't know, man. I ain't with that just gross sake type game. Like I saw him shooting at this morphed, deformed baby who puked boo boo. It was weird. I don't know, man. I can't. Yeah. I was like, I don't know about that, bro. Go ahead. We'll go ahead. My bad.
And then I see what I say, Zelda, that blah blah blah. And then I downloaded Mario. What is it? Mario Run, Super Mario Run on the Android.
Android.
It's out now.
I gotta do that.
I probably will not.
Took y'all long enough.
Yeah, man, that took a minute. I forgot all about it. Shoot, somebody said they a little too late now. Shoot, switch out. I don't need Mario Run now.
Yeah, I don't. Like I played a little bit. I was like, that's cool. I think I might delete it. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's it. And ready to get in.
All right.
Try to Smash Bros. But what's the game?
Splatoon.
Try that tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm at the. That's supposed to start what, midnight? Or is it noon? No, it'll be PM.
PM, I think.
Man, I might have to take the Switch to work. I might have to play that on my. Anyway, let me stop. As far as me, man, I haven't taken a break from Zelda, but my wife gave me the rock eyebrow. Like, dude, I literally got lost in this game, man. Like, bruh, I come home from work tired, and I would turn that game on and play till I go to bed. And sometimes that would be 12 a.m. and literally didn't feel like I was playing that long, but I had been playing that long. Now I would break and eat in between that, pause game.
That's children neglect, man. You neglecting the children, man.
No. Wait a minute. You got to understand, though, K-Bum. She getting privilege from your boy playing because I got it upstairs in the front room on that TV, which is a 4K TV. And so she blocks off the kitchen, and the twins are in there with me. So while I'm playing Zelda, my twins are in there, and my 6-year-old is in there too because she likes to watch me play Zelda. Now, the only thing with my 6-year-old, we don't have a mutual understanding on when Daddy is playing Zelda. He don't want the jumping around unless you're one of the twins. So we have a little conflict of interest going on. So she gets kicked out a lot, and I get yelled at a lot. But still, she's benefiting from because I'm not down here in the cave. I'm not here. So, but I have broken away from Zelda a few times this week. And I've been basically diving into these Neo Geo titles, man, on the Switch right now. And we'll talk about this a little bit in detail in the actual when we get to discussing stuff. I got that World Heroes Perfect. I got Metal Slug 3. And I'm looking to buy Samurai Showdown when it comes to the Switch.
Okay, Samurai Showdown.
That's coming to the Switch. And this is a game on there called Shock Troopers, something like that. Shock Troopers. I plan on getting. You know what that is? You seen that one?
I heard of it. I don't know what it is. I heard of it.
It's basically like Metal Slug 3, but it's an overtop view where you can shoot in like a 360 type of way. It's almost like Android, but with an actual person shooting and dodging projectile coming at them from all different angles. But it looks pretty good. So between the Neo Geo offerings, between what is that? Faz RMX and Zelda, I'm having a good time. K-Bum said, his Xbox was basically getting dust, right? My Xbox getting dust, my PlayStation 4 getting dust, my Wii U is dead.
Wii who?
The Wii U is basically I'm gonna give it to my daughter, but I ain't ready to give it to her yet because I don't feel like she can handle it as far as taking care of it yet. So when I'm gonna have to give it to her here eventually, but I'm scared she's gonna break that tablet. That game pad. But yeah, man. So that's what I've been gaming on. That Metal Slug 3 is pretty difficult. I don't know. I know it's an arcade game, but if I was pumping quarters in this literally, I would have been out about $15 within an hour setting because I was dying left and right, man. But I had an interesting experience, which I kind of recorded and shared on this past week. But we'll talk about that later. But as far as your boy Level, that's what I've been gaming on, man.
And the Shock Troopers look like a what's some old like Arcadian, not Arcadians, but those space shooters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like asteroids and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Fender and all that type of stuff. But
okay.
But yeah, man, I plan on getting that. Like, dude, these games don't cost number $7.99. You ain't losing any. You man, that's a Big Mac and some fries and an apple pie. That's less.
The mega Big
yeah.
Mac, whatever.
Have you had that yet? You know, I try to stay away from McDonald's food, man. I want to eat real burgers. I don't want that kangaroo meat. But anyway, folks, let's get into this podcast.
Yo,
man.
I did want to add one more thing, bro. I did want to add more because I played one more thing.
All right, go ahead.
So, because playing Mass Effect, you know, I was playing that game, and it made me want to play get my single player on. So I actually popped back in The Witcher.
Oh,
because I still haven't finished that, so I popped that back in. I'm like, this game. So I was looking at the facial animations, and I'm like, this is how you do it, man. Like, this world is so believable. Like,
can I say something about that though? I know we're gonna get into that, but I don't. If you look back over the history of Mass Effect is never a super realistic game in the facial animation. They always been bad to me. And I just always accepted it as that this is the art style that Mass Effect has. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. That their facial animations have not been the best. But this looks like boo-boo, man. This is 2017.
Hold up. Don't start talking about it just yet. Let's make that transition.
Okay.
Let's set it up. Y'all can have it once we set this up. So so that was what you be gaming on. But as you see, K-Bum is ready to get into this Mass Effect conversation. Now, I see a lot of people sharing their favorite Mass Effect, and everybody seem to be saying in unison Mass Effect 2.
Oh yeah.
But of course, Mass Effect Andromeda, is that how you say it? Andromeda or
I can't say it right. Don't ask me.
Andromeda came out. Andromeda came out a few days ago?
Tuesday, I believe.
Tuesday. So there has been, now I heard about the beta because K-Bum played it, and this section I want to probe K-Bum and Keith's mind because both of them has played it, so I want to get into their experience. There's been a lot of issues, with the facial animations being kind of I don't know, animatronic or something. How you say that?
Boo-boo is what you say.
Animatronic, and where the mouth is not matching the eyes, and the jaw muscles and facial expressions not matching the lips. Everything is just all at the same time doing his own thing. So it looked like a person having a seizure trying to talk to you while trying to laugh and cry at all the same. So anyway, I don't know. I've been seeing folks talk about it. So K-Bum, starting with you since you already kind of kicked it off. What is the issues? And I'm gonna phrase it two ways. What are the issues with the game, and are they so effective in that they cause you not to want to play the game, or is it ruining your experience, or can you get through it? Put it like that, because Zelda has the glitch with the whole frame rates, but it doesn't ruin the experience, even though it is an issue. Like, does this issue with the frame rates and the facial animations ruin the experience? Go ahead.
Okay, so to start it off, there's more than that as far as issues, but
it's more than that. I thought that was it.
If that was only it. So to understand if it's gonna distract me or be an issue for me, we kind of have to understand why I fell in love with Mass Effect in the first place. All right, the first Mass Effect for me. Again, I am not an RPG player. I hate RPG games. I hate games that's longer than if your game is longer than 12 hours, I get bored and I'm done. So one thing, I already don't like RPGs and I don't like long games. Mass Effect was all those things, and I loved it because it kept you engaging with the conversations, the plots, interacting with people. And well, first of all, it was a space shooter, a space game, which I'm a sucker for sci-fi. Sucker. If you want me to give me to play a game, you put it in space, I might play it. So I was a sucker for that. And but what really blew me away is the complexity of the conversations and the fact that playing that game, it made me feel like I was an actual captain on a starship, on a spaceship. The way that they did things in the first Mass Effect, it made me feel like I was actual. I'm saying that I was playing my life. Mass Effect did a great job making me feel that way with the first and second Mass Effect. All right. So when we come to this Mass Effect, all right, I got a good example of what I felt like playing this Mass Effect. Everyone knows what a Tootsie Roll is, right? The candy. Tootsie Rolls candy.
Oh, I thought that was rhetorical. Yes.
No, I was looking for some feedback. Okay, cool. So you've had Tootsie Rolls, and so if you haven't had a Tootsie Roll, in like 10 years, you'd be like, oh man, I remember these Tootsie Rolls. These things used to be good. I love Tootsie Roll. And you get a Tootsie Roll, and you start eating it, and you're just like, okay, what is this? Is this chocolate? Is this what is this? Is this why is it so hard? I don't remember it tasting like this. What is this Tootsie Roll? I used to like you. Why you don't taste as good? And like that's how I feel like when I'm playing this Mass Effect. Because Tootsie Roll is not chocolate, but it looks like it's supposed to be chocolate, but it's not chocolate. And I'm looking at this Mass Effect, and it looks like it's supposed to be Mass Effect, but it doesn't feel like Mass Effect. It feels like a totally different game. It feels as generic can be. And the thing is, they haven't capitalized on anything. Like they set new grounds with the first Mass Effect. And I'm veering off on what I'm supposed to be talking about. I'm gonna get back on track. Just give me a second. The first Mass Effect, had very complex conversation. But with these conversations that they have on this one, it's very, cut and dry with the answers. You don't really get to dive deeper into the character. Like I said, I've played 6 hours of the game so far. So like, I mean, it's not too deep, but it's deep enough to know where you're about to get. And so it's a lot of things that distract you from the game. As Level was saying about the facial animations. It's not that the thing is, I can do with bad facial animations, but these are terrible facial animations. This goes a little bit step beyond bad. It's just I said I try not to let other people persuade me onto what I should believe of Mass Effect. So I try to look at the game objectively. How do I see it? Not how other people see it. I try to see how does K-Bomb see the game. And then when I started to just look into the facial animation, I'm like, it detracts me from the actual game. And now I feel like I'm playing a video game. Not that I'm experiencing this, but I'm actually playing a video game because it takes you so far out of it. And then there's so many things that's just irritating. Some of the character movement, the map glitches, textures pop in.
What do you mean? What you mean by map glitches? Explain that. I ain't never heard that one.
I got stuck somewhere under something on the map. I fell in between something, and I'm like, okay, how do I fail here? It terrible map design because I shouldn't be falling under the base. I shouldn't be. That's a problem. So the map design is bad. Yes, it's open world, but there's so much space between.
You mean you falling through floors and stuff like that?
No, not just through. No, it's not floors. There's a gap between. You're on a space. You're on a space station. No, a base station on the ground. But it has a raised platform, and there's just enough space between the wall and the platform for you to fall through. and you fall to the ground below it.
Oh,
and then when you fall
okay.
down there,
Okay.
you don't really see nothing. It's like, okay, why is this even an accessible piece of the map? And if it was a one-time thing, I'm like, okay, I just found the right spot to hit to fall in. No, like 3-4 times. I'm like, that's terrible map design. You could have had a bar to prevent me from falling down in there. Yeah. So, it's I've actually seen the map glitch itself, like, like stuff pops in, like textures and stuff pop in while you're doing stuff. I've seen several times where animations or voice doesn't match the same thing as the animation that's going on. It's just it's like bugs, but like little small bugs that's everywhere. When I say bugs, I mean bugs with the code.
Let me ask this though. While you going, because I want to get Keith over here and get his thoughts too.
Yeah.
Would you say now how long have we been waiting for this? How long has it been since the last Mass Effect release, Mass Effect 3? How many years have collapsed?
2009, 2010. Maybe it's later than that.
Yeah, I was thinking like 2012, 11, somewhere around there.
Oh, but when did the Wii U come out?
2012.
Yeah, so it's around there then. It's around 2011, 2012.
Okay. Yeah, the Wii came out 2012. The Xbox and PlayStation came out 2013. So it's been, if it's 12 or 11, so I say 12 just to be safe. That's what? 4 years?
5 years. It's 2017.
Okay, depending on when 5 years depending on when it came out.
They always come out in March. They always come out in March.
All right, so would you say 5 years was enough time to address a lot of these issues?
Well, let's change.
Or was it too ambitious? Well, let me do this. Think on that, and then let me get Keith in here.
Please.
I'll bring it back to you on that.
Yeah, let him talk. I've done too much already.
Nah, you fine, bro. I just I don't want you to say everything and he be like, well, K-Bomb basically uncovered it all. Let's go.
No,
go ahead, man.
All right.
Go ahead, Keith.
So basically, K-Bomb already said everything. No, I kind of want to give my little history with Mass Effect. I started with Mass Effect 2, 360, and then I played 3. And K-Bomb is absolutely right. And I did play the first one, by the way, just for those. You didn't play the first? Yes, I played the first one. It is all about the relationships, basically existing in. And I love the backstory of they felt some alien. Was it on Mars or the Moon? I think it was Mars. They felt some alien tech, and our technology by 600 years. I think.
Yes.
And I'm digging this backstory. Like, I'm loving this backstory. So yeah, I too, and I just love making the relationships and the extra relationships, if you know what I mean.
I got you, player. Especially Mass Effect 2. I got you.
But you know what I mean? Like, and also it felt like a RPG Gears of War. You know what I mean? You take cover, you shoot, man, your teammates, and you also have these abilities like what is it called? Biotics?
Yeah,
biotics.
Yep.
And you can but I know people already know the game, but I'm just trying to give you how I felt about the game.
Yep.
But fast forward to now, I play Andromeda, and I haven't played it enough to experience the things that K-Bomb has said he's experienced, as far as like the pop-ins, but even though I'm running the game with 1080p, 60 frames per second on my PC, it still feels old.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
that's a good point.
And some of the and that should be a good thing since I've already played those games and they're old, but you would expect some type of progression in the way the game looks, how it feels, but it still feels like it's just another entry of Mass Effect. And some of the gameplay choices is kind of questionable because they have like this automatic cover now.
Yes.
Snapping the cover like you used to. So I'm shooting the guy. A lot of these guys coming down on this particular part that I'm on, and I'm trying to get him to cover, he wouldn't go in the cover because I guess wherever I was trying to stand wasn't considered a cover spot.
Yep.
So I'm getting shot in the head. Like, come on, man. Something about this. I can dodge left and right, true, but I'm used to Mass Effect where I can just dodge, strap into cover. Like I said, I got to get it the game more, a little bit more time, let it marinate. Again, it just feels old. Like it didn't. You know how Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild is like, wow, look at the stuff that they done. From Mass Effect 3 to this. I don't know. But that's all.
No, that's a good point. Is the cover based in the game, which made Mass Effect an excellent game, was the cover based shooting, and the fact they did the auto cover. I think it'll be fine if it worked. And that's something that you see about this game. And let's say this. I want to make sure I'm going on record and say this.
My bad, fellas. Also, I had to step out for a second. I'm back.
No, you're good. We're still talking.
All right.
The thing is this. I wanted to go back and play the game again. Like I wanted to continue to play the game. Every time I turned it on, I was excited to play it again. I really was. But when I played it and I got to going through and talking and having those comments, like you said, the relationship was the biggest thing. Like the people on your team, like they feel boring. They're not generic. It's not like you got the generic black guy and the generic white girl. They're not generic. They're just bland. If I should say, it's not a stereotype. Because the black guy is not a stereotype black guy. I wouldn't put him as that. He's his own person, but he's bland. It's like chicken, like chicken with no salt. I feel like Mass Effect is like eating chicken with no salt. I'm telling you. You
said something else when we was talking earlier. You used another analogy. I hope you remember. You said it's I can't remember how you put it. But it was pretty funny though.
Oh yeah. I was saying that I talked about how the game wasn't done yet. And I said how the game felt like it was medium rare. Medium rare. But I'm not talking about a medium steak. I mean a medium rare piece of chicken. That's what they just gave me. They gave us a medium rare piece of chicken. And a lot of these things, if they would have not released the game, worked on the glitches, worked on the animations, and brought it out in like July, August, this would be a whole different conversation, man.
Let me say this real quick. Cornelius Bornak, I think that's how you said it, said that the team is a different team working on the animations. Like, speak on that, because has there been a massive exodus from?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. This is BioWare's. This is their. This is not even their B team. This is their C team working on this game.
Oh.
Yeah, I found that out.
Mental hell.
It's the C team working on this. This is not main BioWare. This is C team BioWare.
So these are some amateur animators and like
I can't say they're amateurs, but I can say they're not the best.
Okay.
In BioWare.
So what I hate is that even though they're amateur or not amateur, so even though they're not the A team or whatever, but they're still developers or a publisher, you need to wait until you have a good product to come out. Give these dudes more time, give them more resources. You know what I mean? Don't just forget your deadline. This is not your A team. Give them a little bit more time so they can have a good product out. I don't want to have to quote Miyamoto. I already know what it is. Let's not try to wait and put out patches, because I noticed what they're going to do. All those things you talked about, they're going to try to patch it up. It shouldn't have to be that.
No, it shouldn't. I agree.
To the game, because they probably get turned off in the beginning. But
yep.
That's just
I mean, it seemed like, like Keith just said, why release a product when you know in many facets of the game is not ready? Like, okay, I mean, I understand that Horizon is out. I understand that Zelda is out, and maybe EA thought, hey, we need to get this game out amongst these other games, you know, to be a part of that, you know, that noise that's being generated. I don't know, but seemed like they could have let this game cook a little bit longer. But I haven't played it, so I'm just going off of you two guys' experience. I mean,
Yes.
Everybody is basically saying the exact same thing you guys saying, that it's not that it's so bad. It's so bad because you wouldn't expect EA to allow something like this to escape the floor in this condition. Like, how did this pass? How did this get approved to be released in this condition? That's I guess that's the way.
You are absolutely correct. This should have been held. They should have made an internal decision to say, you know what, the game's good, but it's not good enough. You know, and they should have. And the thing is, this is the C team, because the main main BioWare team is BioWare Edmonton. That's the main one. And then you have BioWare in Austin, Texas. And then you have BioWare Montreal. This is, I believe, made by the Montreal team.
Okay.
So this is their, like I said, this is their C team working on this game. Just like how, you know, Activision has people playing Call of Duty. There's like 3-4 people making Treyarch, Infinite Ward, and Sledgehammer or something like that. Makes Call of Duty games. So this is the third tier people. And
so why are they working on the game and not the team that worked on the original 3?
That's an excellent question. I don't know. I thought this franchise was their #1 franchise. That this is bigger than Dragon Age.
Yeah, Dragon Age has a mixed
following, right? But this one doesn't. People who play Mass Effect love Mass Effect. This is. I thought this was the banger that's been in the oven for 5 years, and they still ain't done.
Yeah, and that kind of makes me wonder why. Like, I want to play Horizon. I've heard nothing but praises for Horizon, and and we heard praises for Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I know they are comparable as far as length of how long the game is, but they're drastically different games. But at the same time, it says a lot. Because would you say Horizon is a first party offering from Sony, or would you say that's third party?
First party.
So first party. So that's Horizon is first party, Zelda is first party, Mass Effect is third party. It seemed like EA would have been a little bit more wiser if they would just held off. Like you said, K-Bomb, this is one of their flagship, if not their flagship. Mass Effect was their game of the last generation.
Yep.
I don't think EA makes anything outside of the sports title.
Not EA, it's BioWare's baby. It's not EA's baby.
But EA is the main one who undergirds it, right? They publish it, right? Well, I mean, okay.
Remember, hold on. Let's remember that at the very beginning, Microsoft was the publisher.
That's right. You sure right
of this game.
I had that one. I had the original.
Yes, that's why it didn't come out for the PlayStation.
And did EA purchase it or something?
EA bought BioWare. EA bought BioWare and brought them in as a part of EA. Now people don't understand how much I actually love Mass Effect. That people don't understand that I love Mass Effect so much that I bought an Xbox just to play Mass Effect. That's what people don't understand. Like, I bought an Xbox for this game. So that's how I wanted to play it, because I watched every last developer guide.
Where is it sitting, Keith? Where is it sitting far as reviews? What is the consensus? Like, last I checked, wasn't like 74 or something like that?
That's still a bit.
I can go to Metacritic. I don't know. Yeah. As far as what I've been hearing, it hasn't been all good. It's been getting very mediocre review. Yeah, it's sitting at a 74. Mediocre reviews.
See, that's bad. That's bad business, man.
Scores a 4.3.
Somebody should have been pulled rank and said, "Look, man, you got Horizon Zero Dawn out here for the PlayStation 4 exclusive."
Getting 9. everywhere.
Yeah, you get 9s everywhere with that. You got Breath of the Wild, literally
9s and 10s.
9s and 10s everywhere. How are we gonna release this game? It's just gonna magnify the issues of the game when you in the company of these two games. Now, I've been hearing folks say that they were concerned about Mass Effect, but they is also confident that they will make the fixes from betas and previous betas to now. But it sounds like everything that was an issue during the beta testing,
is
still an issue.
Yep.
Man. So did they just it seemed like they just rocking off of the name alone, the name recognition of Mass Effect, and I guess masses will buy it and run into the issues, but they have the money by then.
I don't know if that was it, man. It was kind of.
I mean, I'm just saying I ain't saying that's it.
No,
I'm just saying, is it?
I think it's just that this is the best that team could do. Like I fully think that this is their best effort.
But bro, like I said, I'm only going off, and I don't want to be on here throwing shade on a game I haven't played. So, but when I saw the video of this guy, is an Asian guy, and I enjoyed everything he was doing. It was. I can't say his name. I'm not even going to attempt to. But he showed a clip where one of the main, the female one, I don't know what they call them. She was talking and she was making this crazy facial expression, and then she just turned to walk away, and her neck literally looked like if you took a rubber band and twisted it, and it looked just like that, man. And it was like, this is some stuff we like. Some of these animations are worse than 6th gen. Like these are some, like these eyes and the placement of the eyes and how they wander off, and they're talking and the eyes just going every which way, and the mouth is overly expressing and what's the word? Overly animating the gesture or whatever it's doing. Like if it's pain, they doing too much to show the pain. It's like it seems to me, even if this team was working on it, there should have been a director there, a head director, or somebody that's seasoned, a veteran, could say, look, this doesn't look good. So for it to make it past that stage, make it into a package and plastic put around it with a price tag put on it and sold to a consumer. So it went through all these stages, even the beta complaints, and it still made it to the shelf under these conditions. What does that say?
We try to make that dollar. Somebody said in the post, I believe it was Cornelius. It says it's about that almighty dollar, man. They figured they can still make money. Look at what Assassin's Creed came out with, faces turn off. Back in the glitches, back when Assassin's Creed came out.
Yeah, but you're right. Like and dude said it here. What's his name? It's Cornelius again. This is a major title. This is not nor Automata, whatever that game is by Platinum. These, some game that is gonna generate people who flock to that type of a game. It doesn't have name recognition. They're gonna get what they can get. They might be able to get away with some of these blemishes and glitches. This is Mass Effect. This is the quintessential third-party title. This is the top of the top. This is a game of the year
candidate. It is.
That's what it is. You cannot allow this title with this much brand recognition, with this much accolades and a following of this size, this magnitude, to be released 4 or 5 year wait on the next gen platforms with much more power, with every other game demonstrating how to do it, like the Horizons and the Uncharted and the Tomb Raiders and everyone else, and already tracked through this and showed you the way. And you release a game that got animations that look worse than the previous generation stuff. That's playing ball backwards, man. That's shooting at the enemies at the enemy's hoop. I don't know what's going on with it.
I agree.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Like I said, and it still might be a good game under all those flaws, but that's still a lot of flaws.
What?
That's like seeing flies on a plate, and you still hand a guest the plate with all these flies on. Like, bruh, first of all, I don't want it now, but you could at least fade the flies off or something. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna hand me the plate with the flies on? Like, dude, come on, man.
Hey, we used to say that about them videos they be showing in Africa. You can feed a child for 50 cents. Can you at least get the flies out the kid's face? I mean, come on.
Yeah, dude, crazy. I was watching a video just yesterday, it was Sunday. I'm laying on the couch and they doing that, and the kid got flies all in his nostrils, flies all in his eyebrows, and I'm like, you took the time to get your camera out and capture all that rather than to get the flies out the kid's face and say, we need you to help us continue to do what we're doing. I mean, I don't know. It makes me turn. It really do. It makes me turn because if you're willing to film them like that, I don't know. It makes it. I'm trying to. If I help, you don't have to show flies all in their face.
They got to show you for the impact. It's for the impact, man.
It works against it. It's countering that impact for me. It's like you trying too hard to get sympathy from me. That makes me turn. I don't know. I get mad at it. I get mad because I was like, you could have cleaned them up and told us what the need is, you know. So anyway, that's me going on a whole nother path. But anything else y'all want to say about this?
Yeah,
Mass Effect?
Before I get out, I just want to say, like I said, like I think the game, and I watched a review, and the guy was talked about how the first, 5-10 hours was different than was his experience after that first 5-10 hours was different. He talked about, because to me the story at the very beginning was predictable. I know exactly what was going to happen. I said it before it happened, and didn't happen, and I was like, "Yeah, I knew it."
Cameraman zooming. I'm sorry, I'm just reading some of the stuff. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I know all this was going to happen, but they said after that the game got better, which I believe the game does get better when you get more of the powers and stuff like that. I said, but it still had its flaws. So I still think the game is good. And there's really good aspects in the game, but I think it's just covered with, like you said, flies. It's a good game, but it just has too many flies, and you can't enjoy the game because of all the flies.
Yeah, the food might be good, but I ain't gonna eat no fly infested food. It might taste good, but a fly touched it first. Anyway, I'm with you, K-Bone. So let's continue, man.
I do have.
You keep want to share his last points too.
Go ahead.
It's really got nothing to do with Mass Effect. It's just me throwing something out there. So I'm booting up Mass Effect, getting ready to play.
I'm distracted right now. I have a beautiful sight in my eyes. I'm a little distracted.
What that? Your wife just came out or something?
Yeah, she got it. I'm just messing.
Go ahead. That was.
So I'm booting up Mass Effect, finna get ready to play it. And I haven't touched my Xbox One controller in a while. So I'm playing it. I'm like, oh, this feels kind of funny. I was hoping that I could play with my Joy-Con grip. Oh, that was it. That's all I wanted to say.
Throwing shade out there on Xbox controllers.
I like this little controller.
So you like it? You said the Switch controller changed your hand position, man. You can't hold regular controllers no more.
It's grooming.
This is the key, man. You just been playing that Zelda too much. Anyway, let's go here, man. And we hopefully we don't stay here too long. And the only reason I'm doing is because I think there's a grander point that can be gathered from this situation. So today, Playtonic, which makes the Yooka-Laylee, I think how you say it, Yooka-Laylee, the banjo.
That's right.
The Banjo-Kazooie, how would you put this? It's inspired by, it's it's the sequel to Banjo-Kazooie without being the sequel. They got a way of saying that. I can't think of it right now. But it's the spiritual Banjo-Kazooie. That's how they say it. Well, they just announced that they're taking out. They had a guy by the name of JonTron, a major YouTuber here on YouTube, who they had solicited to be in the game as a special cameo, voicing one of the characters. Well, like, is it PewDiePie or whatever how you say his name? I don't even follow none of these guys.
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, PewDiePie.
He just got into a controversial situation with stuff he was saying. Now, JonTron, on a debate with a guy named Destiny, opened his heart and spewed his guts, and now he's feeling the effects of what he said. Now, so what has happened is, because of the stuff that he spewed that was racially charged and sexually charged, chauvinistic, and all kind of sadness in what he had to say. Playtonic has taken his cameo out of the game. Now, the first question I'm gonna throw this at Keith. And I don't know how much you know about what happened. I only know a little bit. But I want to go somewhere with this. So that's the only reason I'm talking about it. What was I finna say? Do you feel like this was too far by taking him out of the game because of his personal opinions on some very controversial topics? And then I would phrase it another way with the second part. I'll let you and K-Bum answer that. Go ahead, Keith.
I actually just looked it up. I have no idea what he said, but just speaking from a point of view from a black man, and like I said, I don't know what he said. It might not have anything to do with race or black or anything like that. But you do have to cut your ties with certain things like that, especially when they're not even really a part of your company. He's not even a part of the company, so it's easier for them to say, "Hey, you can get the boot, and we're going to take off all your voiceovers." So no, I don't think it was too far. I'll just leave it at that. I don't think it was too far because he's not affiliated with the company. So, yeah.
K-Bum.
Good point, Keith. No, I don't think it's too far. I think you have to make a decision as a company who you want to where I'm looking for, who you want to associate yourself with. Mm-hmm. And knowing that if you put certain people, in your game or stuff like that, you're essentially associating yourself with that person.
Right.
And so you have to make a decision, who do I want to associate myself with? And so I think it's a legit thing to do for them to take it out, because it's like that, I really don't want our association, people to think we're associated with what he says. So I'm not mad by the move, and I think that's I don't think it's an overreaction. Especially, just read some of the things that he said. I don't think it's an overreaction, but you have to make a choice as a company what you want to stand for and what you want to do. And so the easiest way to get your point across is start affecting affecting dollars, bottom line. Yeah.
And I agree. To me, while JonTron has the privilege of and the right to freedom of speech and opinion, Playtonic has the right to boot you if what you're spewing doesn't line up with what they want promoted with their brand and their name. That's their name. You a prominent YouTuber, but right now people don't understand these YouTubers are starting to become synonymous and famous, just like stars are. They're known by stars. They're making it on shows that you wouldn't typically think a dude on YouTube would make it on, but they're getting recognition as if they're making content that's competing with what stuff we watch on cable television. So the PewDiePies and the JonTrons and all the others, they have brand and they have influence. And
true.
Yeah, so I agree. I don't have no problem with Playtonic. Get them out if that's what they feel like they need to do. Now let's go here. I'm noticing something, man, and the only reason I want to go here is to kind of give some wisdom on, hopefully we are smaller channels, but I even see smaller channels do this as well. While you have the right to freedom of speech and express yourself however you want and choose to do it, there are ramifications that you are going to have to live with once you spew whatever you choose to spew. Now, I heard some of the stuff that this dude said, far as women, far as the ban on immigrants, blacks, Latinos, Japan. This dude, I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe it's a situation what's going on in our country right now, and he feels emboldened and he can say what he want to say. And like I said, he has the right to say whatever he chooses to say. No matter how controversial it is. But once you say it, you got to live with the bed that you just made. And you're going to have to lay in that. So while you do have the right to say whatever you want to say, it'll be more wise to be thinking about what you're saying and how it's going to affect, like K-Bum and Keith just said, your bottom line. Now, this dude had a dominating channel that was gaining attention from everywhere. Now you want to put that all in jeopardy for an hour of keeping it real? Have anybody seen the show where Dave Chappelle, on the Dave Chappelle show, where he says
real goes wrong?
Goes wrong? I mean, yeah, you have the right to say it however you want to say it. Spew it however you want to spew it. But once you spew it, then you got to live with the way that's going to be out there for the masses to hear. And it's sad. I mean, it ain't even nothing to get mad at. You showed your hand, you showed your heart, you showed your cards. Now you got to lay with that, and it's like, dude, had you just thought about it, maybe I don't need to let everybody into this part of me. And that's when that microphone and that camera is messing folks up, because they got these audience, they gassed up, they think they untouchable, they feel emboldened, they feel like they representing some imaginary group of people, and they get to spewing their stuff. And then after they done, it's like, why did I even say all that? And was it even necessary? Did we need to know that? It's like, you just ruined all this for an hour of, I don't know. It's sad to me, man, but go ahead and we'll move on from this.
Are y'all familiar with the guy, Colin Moriarty from Kinda Funny?
Yeah, I've heard of him. I heard the name.
He left them because they was part of IGN, and they left and started their own thing. Him, Greg Miller, and some other folks.
Yeah.
He had a quote on. I'm doing air quotes here with a controversial tweet as well, and then the social justice workers went after him. And I don't even really think his tweet was that bad. And I just wanted to put this out there in the ethos that I agree with everything you just said, that you can say whatever you want to say, but you do have to absolutely understand that there are ramifications, consequences to the things that you say, and you have to be ready to deal with that. Like I said, you have the freedom of speech to say whatever you want to say. So I don't want people to think that we're going to him for whatever he said. It's just that you got to be smarter about what you say, because the world is sensitive. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah. Go ahead, K-Bum. I don't want to cut, but I was going to respond to something in the comment section I think is a good point. With Colin Kaepernick, right?
Yeah.
I agree with Colin Kaepernick. I understood. I think what Colin Kaepernick did is a little bit different. Well, it ain't even no little bit. It's a lot of bit different, but the same ramifications lay at the end of his demonstration. No different than JonTron or PewDiePie showing maybe their bigoted or biased or controversial viewpoints with minorities and women's and whatever else. Now, Colin Kaepernick was trying to protest for the plight of people that are being discriminated against. Now, that got mumbled and jumbled by the media, but even though that didn't, when people found out, he had to live with the decision that he made.
Right.
So he had to live with that. Even though I think it's way more commendable what he was doing and understandable what he was doing, whereas JonTron and the PewDiePies were making jokes, and getting caught up in the frenzy of the atmosphere and the narrative of the current situation in Washington, the politics, and they allowed that to allow them to get comfortable enough to spew some personal viewpoints that just wasn't tasteful. Now, you have the right to feel that way, but now that you're getting that backlash, you know, don't try to come back and act like, oh, it wasn't that. I didn't mean it. Yeah, you meant exactly what you said, or you wouldn't have said it. So now that you've said it, now you put it out there in the atmosphere, the ethos. Everyone has access to what you said. They're dissecting what you said. They're running it back and forth, and you can't escape it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, dude said some crazy stuff. One line he said that was like real crazy was he said that rich black people commit more crimes than poor white people. Like, that was like, dude, you said that? Like, I'm not even mad at y'all. I kind of commend you got the guts to say something like that. But you said that? Like, dude, what was you thinking? Dude, this environment is toxic right now, man, with the folks that's feeling empowered.
And level, we talked about that. We talked about that a little bit beforehand when we were offline, and we talked about how. What was the point I wanted to make? We talked about how people feel empowered to say certain things. And one thing I wanted to say, because I saw this and blew my mind, right? And I'm not gonna throw shade. I'm not gonna throw shade because I am a shade thrower. I'm gonna throw some shade. Okay, so the thing is, we have someone who got the highest power in America by doing the very same thing that some of these people do. I mean, saying whatever he wants to say because that's his belief. Having very strong, bigoted opinions. You can say what you want, but what he said was very strong, bigoted opinions. Even borderline racist, if you want to take it down that path. Very strong comments towards.
I don't even think it was borderline, but go ahead. But I think he was catering.
I'm just trying to play the fence at this point, but but someone got the highest power in America by doing that, and so people feel empowered now that see that you can do that, and and still be. And still be okay, but understand that that's not how it all works. You can't just say what you want. And even still, that our wonderful president, I saw a video how he was in Congress and how they were talking about the leak, how he can give claims without evidence about the whole being spied on by Obama and give absolutely no evidence and stand strongly on the no evidence. He was in Congress. He was in the court, and they were talking about the leaks, and he tweeted something saying that how the Supreme Court had said that Obama did have wiretapping in the White House, and he tweeted this.
Trump Towers, I think he said.
And he tweeted this, and during the Supreme Court. They saw the tweet done by our president and asked the FBI agent that Trump just said that that you guys agreed that there was wiretap, and he was like, well, no, we didn't do that. So we have a president who's in court for lying about being spied on, is in court lying about the court case. Like, how is that okay? Like, how is that legit?
That's what I'm saying. The whole situation right now, and that's what I'm saying with the JonTrons and the PewDiePies and all these other guys who have these prominent channels who were sticking to gaming and doing their thing. And I don't know what is provoking. I guess this narrative, and I don't know. It's crazy to me. I can't answer it. But we just in a weird place as a nation, as a country, and these folks are feeling it, like you can't say certain things. Like there's a script that say, "Out of the heart, the mouth speaks." Once you say it, and you say certain things, that's in your heart, bro. That's there, and you can't take that stuff back. Once it's out there, once the person hear it, all they can do is choose to overlook what you said, give you a pass, or hold you accountable to what you said. And when you spewing it like JonTron did, and like PewDiePie did, and I would say PewDiePie might have a little bit more wiggle room from what I heard, but JonTron, no, bro, you can't wiggle out of what he said. That dude was going ham on the bigotry, and it was like, bro, you just ruined buku dollars. Enjoying on here, getting paid to have fun, play games, talk, and do what you do. You just ruined that to show you to spew some. Oh my God! Why would you jeopardize that platform for that hour of nonsense? But
just be quiet about the other people who are bigots.
But he's been doing it. What I hear is he's been doing this for a while in offhanded jokes here and there. And I guess because he never got any backlash from them other moments, he felt like no one was going to trip if he went even deeper. And he dug deep to the point he dug so deep, bro, he couldn't even see the floor he was standing on. He was so deep in the dirt. It was crazy. It was crazy. But I don't know, man. I just wanted to say that to say this, man. While you in these comment sections and while you on your channel, man, you know, understand you can say and do whatever you choose to do. It's your channel, it's your camera, it's your mic. Once it's done, though, what then? Once you say it, once you put it out there in that way, what then? And that me. I live by that creed. Like,
right.
If I'm going to disagree, if I got something I'm going to say, I'm going to say it in a certain way. I've made videos disagreeing with people, but I try to put it in a context where, even though I'm showing I disagree, it's respect there. But cats, they got their camera, they got their microphone, they got their audience, and they gonna get their thumbs up. They gonna get they semi support. But guess what? The person in the comment section ain't the person on the video, and the person that's saying it. So they can egg you on and gas you up to do it. But once you do it, you got to stand there, not the person that was giving you all the strength to do it. And that's the part you got to be wise, man. And sometimes it's not good to let your right hand know what your left hand is thinking, man. Sometimes
hold up now.
Huh?
So hold up now. I know what you're doing over there.
All right, you know, I'm preaching, ain't I? I need to stop.
Yeah. So hold up now.
All right, let me quit. Somebody's about to say amen up in this joint.
Cornelius,
but anyway,
we gotta get back to the games, man. He said he uses the games to escape, and we talking too much politics right now, so we gotta get back to the game.
Let's go, man. So I want to talk about this. Let's go to Capcom, man. I find this very interesting. Now, Capcom has been singing the praises of the Switch. Matter of fact, taking credit for the 4 gigs of RAM that was placed in the Switch. You know, supposedly Nintendo was going to put another a smaller amount of RAM in. Is it RAM? I think so. Yeah, RAM in the Switch, and Capcom said bump that up to 4 gigs. So I guess behind the scene, taking their advice, Nintendo did it, and we have the result of the Switch today. Now, Capcom has this game called Disney's Afternoon, where they have like games like DuckTales, Chip and Dale, Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, and some other few games on there. These all had their first beginnings on the NES. All these games. But they're releasing these remastered games, 6 remastered classics, and they're bringing it to every platform but the Switch. So, my question to you, Keith, like, is it because from what I've seen, these, it's like this would be something Capcom would be wanting to bring over to the Switch. What you think going on, man? Is it timing? What you think going on, or do you think this game is not coming at all?
Which game is it?
Disney, what they call it? Disney Afternoon.
What is that?
It's a game. It's a game.
I don't even know what that is.
I think it's is a whole. Well, I don't know if it's called Disney Afternoon. Yeah, Disney Afternoon Collection. All these titles like DuckTales on the NES, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. You remember that game on the NES? Darkwing Duck on the NES, and there's a few other titles on here that they remastered and released on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC for $19. And you get let me see all the games you get. Let me go through this list.
6 games.
You said 6 is Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, DuckTales 1 and 2, Darkwing Duck, and Tailspin with Baloo. You're getting all these games. Now, of course, these are some old school games. Ain't no big deal. But does it say a lot that all these games were originally for the NES, the Nintendo platform? And out of all the platforms that you're re-releasing on, you don't release it on the NES or on the Nintendo platform.
Man, knowing Nintendo, they probably trying to release them individually. No, I don't know. I don't know what Capcom. I don't know. I don't really know. No comment. No comment. I don't have anything.
No comment. Go ahead, K-Bomb. What you think of this, man? You don't have to be.
Is Capcom still relevant in this world of video games?
Well, in a sense that they the ones suggested Nintendo add more RAM to the Switch.
Yeah, I know. I'm just throwing a jab at them. I'm just throwing a jab at Capcom.
Okay.
I'm throwing a jab at them. No, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if if they went for the quick buck and just went minimal work, and just did the PlayStation and the Xbox. Or they was like, you know what? Screw you, Nintendo. We're not gonna put our stuff on your system. Like, I don't know if that was, because the thing is, corporations are about making money, and that's why I don't understand why some places have this stance against Nintendo when you should be about making money. And if you can put especially games like this on a Nintendo system, that's more places to make money. I don't understand why companies make that decision. I said, hopefully it was not a business decision because not caring about putting on Nintendo. Maybe they feel like they didn't get the dev kicks in enough time. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping it's something else. But if they just say, screw you, Nintendo, we're not going to give you these games, I think it's a poor decision. These games will probably have actually done pretty well when compared to Xbox One and PS4. Probably done pretty well in the Nintendo system. So I don't know. I don't know what Capcom's doing nowadays.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe they still, and I find this hard to believe, but maybe the timing of the release of the Switch, they wouldn't have had it ready in time. Maybe it's planned for later on down in the year, which, like I said, with a game like this, with titles like this, we've seen them get Snake Pass up and running on the Switch within a week. So I don't see how these old NES games couldn't be ported over to the Switch basically overnight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give them a pass, but I do find that puzzling that Capcom would not have this ready for the Switch when all these games were originally on the NES. That does strike me as odd. And it seems to me with the Switch right now not having a lot of games, this would have been a perfect opportunity for them to be a part of that. Them early adapters who don't have a lot to buy. This might be something they want to add to their collection. I would probably get this game because I love Chip and Dale and I never beat it. And never played Tailspin, but I killed some DuckTales. The original DuckTales. I never played 2, and I never played Darkwing Duck. So, but still, $19 for a few classical titles like this. I mean, I would drop the bones for it. But let's move on, shall we?
Hold up.
Go ahead.
Before we move on, wasn't that the best time to be a kid? Coming home when those shows was on TV.
Yeah.
Man,
I used to love
Tailspin to be a kid, man. I'm telling you.
Because you'll get Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, then Tailspin will come on. Then you have Finding Carmen San Diego. Was it Carmen San Diego?
Oh, where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Yeah, where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Man, yeah, those the days. I don't even, I got you by like 4 years, K-Ball.
Yeah, you got me by a couple
4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now, I don't know, man. Keith, what you pushing, Keith?
Man.
I'll be 30 this year.
What you pushing? 30 is awesome. I got you by. Man, I feel old talking to you. No, I was playing.
Well, I'm older than him too, so.
Yeah, we both. I'm 38 this year, man. I'll be 38 in a few months. So, yeah, man, I'm getting up there. I don't even know. I need to be talking about video games on YouTube anymore. Anyway, well, let's go. What else, man? What else we want to talk about? What else? I don't really know. I know I wanted to talk about the Neo. Oh, let's talk about this. I had this plan for Sunday with Jedi Knight, but we didn't get a chance to get on. So, excuse me, I took my Nintendo Switch to the barber shop this past Saturday. And like I told y'all earlier, I've been really going through the Neo Geo titles on the Switch. And I told my wife, I'm going to take this to the barbershop because the last time it took me almost 2 hours to get my hair cut because he doesn't do appointments on Saturdays. Well, the shop doesn't do appointments on Saturdays. So I didn't want to take it to the shop because, hair all in the air and things like that. So I didn't want that getting inside, clogging up the device. But I was like, this is an opportunity to show off the Switch. So I took it and took it into the shop. I recorded all this so you can go see it in the video. I noticed something, man. I don't know if Keith, you've taken your Switch out of the house with you yet. Have you taken it to the job or anywhere? You have?
Sure have.
Okay. I noticed something, man, that while I was just playing it in the Joy-Cons docked to the Switch, and the personal experience, like when my face glued to the screen, we sitting there debating Tupac and Biggie far as lyrics. Like I was saying, while Tupac is the better overall artist, lyrically, Biggie was better. They didn't want to agree with this, but a few people there was right on with me. I'm playing my Switch while we debating this. No one has anything to say about what I got in my hand. This big old device, no one cares, right? So I'm like, man, let me go a little harder on this. Let me get a little bit more aggressive. So I took the Joy-Cons off. I put it in tabletop mode, and I put on Fast RMX, and I handed the controller to a dude that I know sitting beside me. And I put it in the barber seat because I had some space between me and the next dude. I put it in the seat, set it up, and we begin to play Fast RMX. Now, at this moment, people started to ask questions like, they use my real name, but Level, they ain't call me Level. Like, Level, what's that, man? What's that you got over there? So my barber was like, bro, what you got over there, man? What's that? So I'm starting to explain to him what it is. And we playing Fast RMX, but the dual screen on that tablet, it's cool, it works, but a game like Fast RMX is too fast to really make it enjoyable because the screen's so small and you move so fast you can't stay on the track. So I took that off and I put on the World Heroes Perfect and the 2D fight game, and we went ham. Now at this point, everybody is like, dude, what's that, man? And the little kid sitting in front of me is like, I know what that game is. That's on the Sega. I know what that is. So he comes back, he get one of the Joy-Cons. So I started recording him playing it. And I noticed that when I put it in that tabletop mode, that's when people started to take note. But long as I had it in the more personal mode with just a Switch in my hands playing it like that, no one cared. And that impressed me. Like, okay, so when they saw the different ways you can utilize it, that it was weird because it got this small screen. I got two controllers playing. That really took off in the barbershop. A cats that's coming around, taking turns, looking at it, playing it, and things like that. To the point that the barber, owner of the shop, was like, dude, I'm gonna have to get me one of these because I'm a big Zelda fan. And my barber was like, dude, I think I'm gonna get me one of these. So I think I convinced about 3 or 4 people to possibly get the Switch. A few of them didn't even know what it was. So Keith, in your environment, and in your experience, has the Joy-Cons on the Switch generated more attention, or has the tabletop mode generated the most attention?
Well, when I took it out, I never did the tabletop mode. I just had them on the Switch, on the side of the Switch, and nobody. I don't even know if anybody even looked at me. We took my son. He had a procedure done, and I was in the hospital, and there was a lot of kids in there. Nobody paid attention to it. So that was my experience. What just happened to my game? Okay. Yeah, that was my experience from it. Nobody. If I would have took it down and put it on the tabletop, maybe. I don't know. But,
yeah, no one seemed to care as long as I had it in the dock, in the Joy-Cons, almost like a Vita. As long as I had it in that setup, no one seemed to care. No one. What? Look at this dude. What you doing, D2K? What's up, man?
What's going on?
What's up?
Nothing much, bro. We about to end it out, but welcome to the show, bro.
Google sucks.
Oh, I understand. But I do want to talk to you.
Get the Hangouts thing to work, and
I
it's
understand.
not working. Yeah.
Okay. You got a different mic?
No, this is my phone. I've been trying to get it to work on my laptop, trying to get it to work on my computer.
Oh, dang.
That was some new or some update for Firefox that messed everything up. And I keep trying to download the Hangouts app, and it wouldn't let me do it. It just keeps saying verifying installation. It just keeps hanging.
Wow.
Hanging.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep doing it now because, I can't do it off my phone.
Right. I'm pretty sure you can find a workaround before the next one, but it's cool. But I do want to talk about that Logan before we get out of here. But yeah, man, in this, folks, when you take it out into the wild or into away from the home, try putting it in the tabletop mode and just hand a random person one of your Joy-Cons, and I guarantee you that's going to cause folks to start asking you what that thing is. As long as you're playing it in your hands almost like a DS or a 3DS or a Vita, no one is going to assume that you're playing something unique. Because as long as I was playing, I had the earphones on. I hear this dude, grown man with this tablet-like device in his hand with earphones on his head, talking about lyrics and skills and triple entendres and all that. Nobody cared about my Switch. But as soon as I put it in tabletop mode, hand an old dude beside me the controller, that's when everybody started asking, "What is that? What you doing? How you do that?" That's when it kind of changed. So,
I think when you bring in 2K,
yeah. And like I said, man, games like RMX, Fast RMX, it will work as a single player game in that setup, but it doesn't work dual screen, man. It's just too fast, and you need to be able to see how it can work, but it wasn't working for me and the dude. So, but putting in a game like what's that game? World Heroes Perfect, or a game like Metal Slug 3, or a game like Snipper Clips, or 1-2 Switch. That'll work. That'll work in that setup, man. And I would even say Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will work in that setup. But I don't think fast. It's too fast. So, but anyway, we getting close to the end of this podcast, and since we got D2K here, I wanted to talk about this, and I was hoping he showed up. I seen Logan, bro. I want to talk, man. So, what's your verdict on it?
Well, what's your impressions of it?
They should have did this a long time ago. They should have did this a long time ago, man.
But that's pretty much everybody else was saying. This is what we've been waiting for since the year 2000.
Yeah.
Finally got the Wolverine that we wanted to see 17 years later.
That's funny.
Yeah. Have you seen it, K-Bun?
No,
Keith, you said you right?
Yeah, I seen it.
You seen it, Keith? Yeah, man. I mean, I don't want to spoil nothing from nobody, but
please don't.
I won't spoil it. I will say this though. Is it better than the Avengers and Captain America, Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War, Batman versus? No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna.
Thank you. But I'll do that again.
I'm not gonna do it because I watched that movie. I still enjoy it, but there's a lot of flaws in the movie. But it's not better than those. But it's definitely one of the better superhero movies.
Okay.
It's definitely.
It's more of a drama than it is action. I mean, it's an action movie, but it's more. It's not really in the same vein as the other movies. There's more storytelling. It's more about relationships and
character development more in this one.
Character development. I mean, we really get to see, more of Logan and more of Xavier. From a personal standpoint and things tying all together, and it could be a tearjerker at times. It really it was a fabulous movie. I was very impressed.
I put it in lines with, and like you're right, DK. It's almost like you can't really put it in the family of the superhero movies, because that's kind of how I feel about the Batmans with like Batman.
What Begins or
Dark Knight, Batman Dark Knight. Like, to me, when I think about superhero movies, I don't think Batman Dark Knight, because when I think about a great movie, I think Batman Dark Knight. I don't think great superhero movie. I think great movie. It's like the storytelling, the character development, how Heath Ledger played Joker, how other characters, because the Batman character was kind of playing, I think he was like co-starring. He wasn't a star. I don't think Batman has been a star in any of the movies, man. But like how,
huh? Well, the first one he was, but definitely not the second one. That was all.
Yeah, the first one he was.
Yes, first one he was. But old dude, what's his name? That played the villain? What was the villain name? The dude that
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul, to me, stole the show from him. Like, Ra's al Ghul, even though Batman you was going to see Batman, it was Ra's al Ghul's, the dude that played him, the Taken guy that played him, and that character that, to me, was way more impressive than the Batman character. Like, it was just cool to see Batman interacting with with Ra's al Ghul, and that was how I took it. And then Batman 2, man, it was a whole bunch of characters in that movie that just made Batman be like, who? Oh yeah, Batman. I like Morgan Freeman's character more than Batman. I definitely like Heath more than Batman. I like the police more than Batman. I mean, the main, the sheriff. Everybody's character was more interesting than Batman.
Harvey Dent, the guy that played Harvey Dent, Aaron Eckhart, he's a good actor. He really did a good job in Two-Face.
Right.
He's a believable character. He made Harvey Dent a believable character even before he became Two-Face.
Right. And then Bane was better than Bane. I love Bane to the twist at the end.
I didn't like Sean Connery as Bane. Sorry.
I did. What ruined me, D2K, what ruined me with Batman 3 was the twist with, I guess, I don't know how to say that dude now. I'm getting tongue twisted. The daughter and her being the mastermind. Like, that ruined it. That's just like, oh, no, that was stupid. Like, just, you didn't need her. Bane was all you needed. You didn't need her to be the ultimate mastermind of everything that was going on. I ain't like that. I thought it was kind of stupid.
The movie fell apart for me when Bane broke Batman's back, because that was the fakest looking thing I've ever seen. Okay. I laughed out loud. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you can almost see the wires when he picked them up. I'm like, that is the most ridiculous looking thing I've ever seen. It was terrible. Everything was.
I agree.
He just went way off the track. goofy now.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That was kind of fake too when he broke his back and threw him over the. But Tony McNeil said Winter Soldier.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying Tony McNeil said Winter Soldier was way better than Civil War, and I agree. But anyway, I just wanted to so everybody in the comments, I agree with him. Go ahead.
I agree with
that. Go
ahead,
Keith.
But the conversation between Batman and Bane in the tunnel to me is one of the best scenes in the movie. That whole conversation.
You think so?
Oh,
I like the conversation.
No, I love that conversation. When he said, you know what, I wonder what would break first, your spirit or your body, and then he bow. Like that whole conversation. I mean, that whole fight scene to me was probably is the highlight of the movie. I thought that was the best part of the movie was that fight.
I like that whole scene. Other than what D2K said, the backbreaker part did look ultra cheesy, but the dialogue and all that, I loved Bane. I liked how he stood with his hand to his back and he was just, I love that when he was talking about the people and he went to the football stadium. He said, "The people, and I'm doing this for the people." I enjoyed all that, man.
There's a couple of things that kind of grind my gears about Bane. It was the fact that he sounded like Sean Connery, which is weird. He's supposed to be a luchador. He's supposed to be,
Oh, that's right. You're right. I forgot about that. He's Mexican.
And then, the actor that played Bane, Tom Hardy. Did you ever see Star Trek Nemesis?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Shinzon, the bad guy, that's him.
Ain't he the one that played in Warrior?
Yeah. No, wait. With the brothers. Yeah, with the brothers. Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, he was one of the brothers. He was the kind of
the crazy one.
He was good, but he had like a rough outer. He was kind of rough, and his older brother beat him. Ain't that the same guy?
Yeah, same dude.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know you're talking. I like him.
I'm just thinking about, like, I remember how he was this little small wimpy guy in the Star Trek movie. He was supposed to be like a clone of Captain Picard, and I'm like, that's Bane? That's the same guy? Like, whoa, that threw me for a loop when I first saw that. I mean, he put on a whole lot of muscle since then.
Yeah, he put on 25 pounds of muscle for the role.
Yeah, I think I saw the gradual transition to that size. Like, he had other movies where you gradually saw him get more ripped up and muscular, and when he played Bane, it didn't kind of jar me because I saw other movies where he was already showing and trending that way. But I can see if you went from where you went to that, yeah, that'd be a night and day situation. But another movie. So let's do this, man. We got to get out of here, but just for fun's sake, because I enjoy when D2K on we talk about this. So we always talking about these superheroes, but I notice we always leave out one superhero that I feel like done it right first, and that's Blade. To me, Blade ain't getting this respect no more, man. Like, I love the first two Blades. Like, the original was the best, even though I enjoyed the second one more, but I'm not stupid enough to say the second one was better than the first one. That makes sense. There was action sequences in the second one that I just thoroughly enjoyed. Like when he fought the dude in the alleyway and took his head and put it on a motorcycle and then went up and fought the dudes in the to get that information or wherever he wanted. I love all that, but the first Blade was the best Blade. And I think there's a lot of credit that needs to go to that Blade, because it seems like that Blade done what Wolverine and what's his name? Deadpool did almost 10 years ago? Longer than that, wouldn't you say?
No, it's way longer. No, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is 10 years old.
You will start with Blade, right?
No. The Marvel Cinematic Universe starts with Iron Man and then the Hulk. And that was 10 years ago.
Wait, no, what I'm saying is Blade is Marvel, right?
It's over 10 years. No, Blade was not made by Marvel Studios.
It wasn't made by Marvel Studios, but it's a Marvel character. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
right?
It's not a part of the Marvel universe though, but yes, it is a Marvel character.
I'm not worried about it being. I'm not worried about it being a part of the Marvel universe. What I'm saying is the original Blade, like what we raving about with Logan and Red and Deadpool and all the other movies. The original Blade did all that with a great story, ridiculous action, almost a decade and a half earlier. So what happened from Blade, and it was rated R, and it was successful. Like that movie got 3 movies. That was a trilogy, and the second one was
and Deadpool was in the last one.
What? Yeah, the actor that plays Deadpool.
Yes,
yeah,
who played Deadpool was in the last one.
So my question is, what? Now they messed up on the last one because that was a cash grab. Everybody know that. When you have Triple H and all them in it, there you knew that, and Dracula was the main. Nah, nobody trying to see that. But what happened between Blade 1 and 2 and all the grounds and the stuff that they paved to where we got the Spider-Man, which Spider-Man 2 was good. I don't care what nobody say. When he fought Doc Ock, that was cool to me. I'm sorry. But Spider-Man 1 was all right. Spider-Man 3 was garbage.
I like Spider-Man 1. I thought it was
Spider-Man was all right. It was cheesy, but it was okay.
It was good cheesy.
But Spider-Man 2 was legit. Spider-Man 2 was legit.
Man, that end speech by Dr. Ock was weak, but whatever.
The end speech was weak, but the action was legit. The action was dope. That train scene,
Spoof-face Spider-Man when he was holding back the train.
Man, when they was fighting on the side of the train, man, came on, you tripping. Anyway, go ahead. What'd you say, D2?
That was easily the best of the 3, part 2. You know, Doc Ock was probably the believable villain of the 3 villains they had, or the 4 villains. Well, they had plenty of villains running around in there. Well, all the villains in that trilogy, I think that Doc Ock was probably the most believable one.
Well, right. I love you said believable. Okay, you say the best. Because the Green Goblin was the best. I'm sorry. His conversation, his descent into madness. No, his descent into madness.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, K-Ball. It wasn't bad, man.
He was the best villain to me. That his interaction with Peter Parker, with Spider-Man,
I'll give you that
conversation. He was the best, and his portrayal of Green Goblin was the best. I love seeing him talking to himself in the mirror. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I will concede only on this part. The acting aspect of the Green Goblin was better than Doc Ock.
Thank you.
But the fighting
scenes, a better actor than other actors.
Yeah, the fighting scenes, no. The fighting scenes was Doc Ock.
Whatever, I'll take that.
All right. Yeah, okay. So, but still, neither one of them was better than Blade 1 and 2. So you go from that, and we got to wait all the way to Iron Man to get back to what Blade had already. What happened?
Well, Disney happened.
Disney, and I think animation too.
Yeah, Disney had a plan. They knew what they were going to do before they purchased Marvel, and they already had that plan in place. All the movies they were going to do, all the characters going to bring back. That's the reason why everything is so legit, because they had a plan in place. Everything is falling into place. Before that happened, people were just randomly making movies, and you had different studios, different directors, different writers. So there was no continuity there.
Ghost Rider, the Hulk.
Don't even talk about Ghost Rider.
And Daredevil, but once Disney said, okay, we know exactly where we're going, we know exactly how we're going to get there. So that's the reason why it just seems like just hit after hit after hit after hit with ever since Iron Man started back in 2008, I think it was.
Yeah, 2008, 2007, 2008, 2007.
So that's the reason why, the movies beforehand was just, Marvel had a really crappy history of movies, up until probably Blade.
Terrible movie, terrible history.
Yeah. What was that one? That one with the girl? I own them. I got them over there. I got Electra was garbage. Like yeah, boo boo times 20, man. It's what did it say? Anyway, I'm tempted. I'm going to end here, man. I wanted
to say something about Blade before you ran off.
Oh, go ahead. I wish D2 was on here earlier, man, because I want to talk about Super Dragon Ball Super, but I don't want to mess with it because we talk another hour. Go ahead, man.
Get my point about Blade. Blade is severely underrated. Blade actually saved Marvel. What people don't understand. Because Marvel was the reason why Blade was even made was because Marvel was going bankrupt, and they started to sell off their IPs and to movie companies, and Blade made them money, and redid the comic book movie industry, and Blade did so many things correct and right. The actor Wesley Snipes, the action,
man, and he could actually do the moves, man. That was what was
moves. They did it right. They were in their own universe, so it wasn't a whole connected universe thing, but they did things right, and he helped save Marvel and gave Marvel the stance they have now. But then Marvel kept selling off the IPs, and then you got Fantastic Four, and you got the Hulk, and you got Ghost Rider and
garbage. Don't name them movies, man.
I'm just saying, but in the midst of all that, you had the X-Men movies, so that did pretty good.
The first X-Men who did okay.
X-Men 2 was good.
Which is the greatest X-Men.
Hulk 2 was
ever.
Good. The second Hulk.
Well, the Hulk 2 was what was the Marvel Cinematic Universe was Disney. Hulk 2 was that was Marvel again. They got it back.
Oh, okay, that was good. That was ridiculous.
I got a question. So, do you think that they can make a good Fantastic Four if the MCU had it?
Oh God, yes.
You think so?
Easily.
But I don't think nobody cares about them characters.
No, but wait.
Again, for like a third time,
hold on. Level.
I don't care about Stretch Armstrong. I don't care about
Time out.
I care about them.
Let me show you how cold Marvel is. Let me show you how cold they are. You said you don't care about Stretch Armstrong and blah blah blah. So you telling me you cared about Groot before he came out?
Groot?
You cared about Rocket Raccoon before he came out? You didn't care about them before they.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth, K-Bomb. I'm not a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not huge on it. It's cool, it's fun. But if I get to talking about, you have never heard me bring them up. Anytime we talk about the Marvel movies, I've never said Guardians of the Galaxy. Never. Even though I enjoyed the movie, I just don't care about. None of them characters move me in the way that.
But they still took unnamed characters that they took their C team. Guardians not even their B team. Guardians was their C team. And they took them and put them in the spotlight, and everyone's group now. We accepted them. And like you said, and I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy a Final Fantasy. A Fantastic Four movie. But I'm sorry, man. I don't care for Stretch Armstrong. Like what he can. I'd rather see Elastic Girl than Stretch Armstrong. If Marvel did it, you would care. I would rather. Well, Disney did in the Incredibles. I'd rather see Elastic Girl. Give me her. At least she.
And that's the joke. That's the running joke. People say we want to see Disney do those Fantastic Four. They already did. It's called The Incredibles.
Right.
So true.
They're doing an Incredibles too. What was I finna say? I want to throw this at D2K, but I forgot it. K-Bomb made me forget. But anyway, man, I want to probe your head about that Superman. What you think about Goku, man? Like, what's going on with Goku, man?
And as far as what?
Man, is Goku getting fight? Like, is his fight? Is he getting too hyped with the fight? Like, this last Super got me geeked up.
I don't know where they're going with this. I mean, there's so many different things that could happen. I mean, there's so many different plot devices that they've laid in the past 20 episodes that you don't really know where they're going with this, because you know, you got this dude named Viren that you see him fighting in the new intro, Jiren, whatever his name is, dude with the red and black.
You're right.
Yeah. They see him fight. You see him fighting in the new intro, and you see Goku go to a new power up, which we don't know what that is yet. Fighting him, so we don't know what that's all about. It still ain't sweet with him and Hit either, because Hit said, we're going to continue this later. So that's still out there. And then
I think him and Hit gonna end up being friends. It's like almost like the new Piccolo to me. But go ahead, like another version, like another Piccolo type.
I can see that.
Yeah. I can see that. But he still want to get his because he probably mad that him and Goku figured out his little trick or whatever. So he's like, I got something for you, but right. It's so many different things. I mean, most people think that what's going to wind up happening is that either Goku or Vegeta is going to wind up becoming the god of destruction at some point. That one of them or both are going to have to face Beerus at some point.
Yeah.
At the end of all this, doesn't look like this tournament's going to last very long because it's a battle royal rather than just people going off against each other one by one. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with Gohan. Is he going to get powerful again? Android 17 is coming back, and
right. Let me ask you this, if we get out of here. I don't want. Do you just my some tinkling in me, man, saying that the Omni King people, the two Omni Kings, ain't as powerful as we think they are? No. Because what I'm saying is, have you noticed? Did you notice when Goku was? And I know this is straight nerdy stuff, but anyway, did you notice when Goku was powered up, they looked frightened, and then the Grand Priest or whatever he was looked back, and his eyes kind of bucked, and he told him, and he stopped the fight. He said somebody's gonna get killed. But if you look at the Omni Kings, the two dudes, they looked like they were scared. Like they was, oh my God, like, dude, if you that powerful, what is this? It don't make sense. If you that powerful, why would that cause you to go out your, like, oh my God, like, I don't know.
Power. The Omni King has like power to like destroy, create, and do all those other things, but Goku has a fighter power. You know what I mean? So he's probably amazed at like, oh my God, look how strong he is as a fighter. But I don't think
he can vanish you. He can literally blink and Goku will disappear.
Right. I don't think it's the same type of power. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought
I think it's more or less that he's surprised that Goku is that powerful and they have fighters that powerful from that universe. Because remember, Universe 7 is second from the bottom of all 12 universes in terms of power level.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He is how powerful Goku is. So they probably not expecting him to do that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's not. I'm just saying there was just a hint of fear, and the only reason I say this is just my theory. Like when you looked at the Grand Priest and he was watching the fight, and then when he looked at the Omni King, that's when he's like, we got to stop this. So it's like, and that's when Goku was just powering up, and he with the Kaioken with Super Saiyan God Blue, and he Kaioken. He's like, wait till I go past my limit. I'm doing, and the Omni Kings in their chairs looking like they were straight in panic mode, and he's like, that's it, stop for somebody to get killed. But he was never looking. He didn't look scared at all. He looked puzzled. He looked shocked. But the Omni Kingdom looked like scared out their mind.
I have to go back and watch it.
It looked weird to me how
you gotta consider though.
Like, everybody else was calm and collected. Even the people who was watching Goku on the platform looked calm. Are like, whoa, this boy is powerful. Like, but the Omni Kings was like, oh my God. It was like they was twitching and shaking in their chairs. I'm like, why are they so animated that?
I don't think they were afraid. I think that they have similar attitudes like Goku, where Goku sees things. Remember when Goku was watching Paikon and Olibu fight in the tournament, the Otherworld tournament?
Yeah.
Pike. Okay, that's been.
He was all
go
like,
back and see that.
he was like, "Oh, I'm trembling," and I think it was West Kai was all like, "Oh, you're trembling because you're scared." I was like, "No, I'm trembling because I'm excited." You know, that's kind of how.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I think that's kind of how like the Omni King is. And I think that's the reason why Goku relates so well with him, because they have the same kind of mentality.
Kind of innocence and fun and yeah. Okay, I ain't think about that. I'm like, what these dudes talking about right here, man?
Nah, man, I watched Dragon Ball Z.
Like,
You talking about? I bought all the the VHSs when they came out. I bought them as soon as they came out, bro.
Man, dude, this super got me. I'm glued, man. But Keith, you were saying something, and we'll get out of here after this. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you got to consider that Whis is stronger than Beerus, and Whis is the god, and all the other attendants are stronger than their gods.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think so? So the question is the priest stronger than the Omni King?
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah,
I think so too, because he's making all the decisions. I don't think the Omni King is making none of them decisions.
I don't think the power levels have anything to do with their positions necessarily, because obviously, you know, Supreme Kai is, you know, the god of creation, but he's nowhere near as powerful as any other Z fighter. You know.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like Gohan, Vegeta, Goku, you know, people like that. You know, even the Saiyans, they're way more powerful than him, but he's a god of creation. But at the same time, Beerus is god of destruction, and he's more powerful than all of them. So
yeah, I'm curious how powerful Beerus, because they said Beerus used 80% of his power in the first God when Goku went Super Saiyan God, the red version, but we know Goku way past that. So was they kind of just exaggerating on Beerus being using 80% or whatnot? I don't know. It's a lot, like you said, it is a lot of explaining that need to be done. But I ain't been this glued into Dragon Ball Z since college, man. My first years of college. This is even before K-Bum came to the school. I ain't been this glued since then, man. But anyway, let's get out of here, folks. Man, D2, you should have showed up earlier, man. Now you got me want to talk some more. But anyway, we got to go. Let's sign out, man. Go ahead, Keith.
Yo, everybody, it was a real good podcast. We had some good conversations. Ended it with some good movies. I didn't get a chance to really jump in there, but you know they took care of everything. And until next time.
Oh, my bad, bro. I thought you got in on that.
That's all good.
My bad. All right, K-Bomb 20.
Yo, this is K-Bomb 20. Stay fresh out there, guys, and don't walk around looking like Mass Effect facial animations. All good.
All right, late but never disappointing. D2K.
Well, sorry for being late, and hopefully next time I'll be on time if I figure out this stupid Google.
No, it wasn't. I was just saying it because I thought it was clever, but no, you good.
No, I'm just saying because you really pissed me off.
Oh, okay.
You know, the whole time just trying to log on. But let's just see you next time.
Cool. And yeah, man, this has been the Live and Level Gamers Podcast, episode 92. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Till next time, folks, keep it gaming. Deuces.